So today we're going to look a little bit at the next tax that the Parliament tried to impose on the colonists, or depending on your point of view, the next tax that the Parliament just simply tried to make to pay for the war. So remember, by choosing our words, changes our opinion or shows our opinion about a topic. We're also going to be looking at cause and effect. So let's check a few things out here. So the Townshend Acts. Faced with violent protests, Parliament, remember Parliament's who makes the laws in England, Parliament gave in. It repealed, here's a vocabulary word, or voted to end the Stamp Act. So that's what we learned about yesterday. And they repealed or voted to end the Stamp Act, okay? And basically repealed means to take away. Okay, great. So we got that part down. All right. So I think there's a little cause and effect there, because I might ask myself, why did they get rid of it? And I could guess, and I could also look in the text and see if the text tells me. So there's no, like, sometimes there's cause and effect words like because or since or as a result. There's no cause and effect words, but there is an order. Okay, this happened, and then this happened. So we're assuming that this is what caused this because of the way that it's written. One after the other kind of gives us a clue. Okay, faced with violent protests, Parliament gave in. It repealed. So after this, this happens. So we can connect those two things with cause and effect. Okay, let's move on. One angry member of Parliament objected to this action. So if they objected to it, that means like, I object. That means I disagree. Okay? So one angry member of Parliament objected to this action. You are cowards, he shouted at government leaders. You dare not tax America. Britain's treasurer, Charles Townshend, I wonder if that's where that name comes from. Charles Townshend shouted back, I dare tax America. It reminds me of like, you won't. I bet you won't. And he said, okay, I will. All right. So in 1767, Townshend made good on his word. That year, Parliament passed the Townshend Act. So interesting here. Again, we don't have any cause and effect words. It doesn't say because. It doesn't say as a result. It doesn't say for this reason. But there is cause and effect here. So back here, somebody yells, basically, you're cowards. And because they yell, you're cowards, Charles Townshend jumps up and says, I'm not a coward, basically. He says, I dare tax America. And then after that happens, it says he made good on his word. Well, what was his word? His word was what he said right back here. Those are his words. They're in quotations. So he made good on his word. So what was that thing that he did? He passed the Townshend Act. So he passed the Townshend Acts basically because somebody called him chicken. All right. These acts taxed many goods brought into the colonies from Britain. So again, we're talking about goods brought into the colonies. So again, we're talking about imports. So they keep trying to tax imports. They just tax different things. All right. So such goods as glass, paper, tea, and paint now cost more to buy. The colonists spoke out in anger. So what's their point of view? They are not happy. So their opinion, not so good. The colonists began to boycott or refuse to buy British goods. So, the colonists began to boycott. That's our vocabulary word. And then here they say or refuse to buy. So they're giving you a definition for the vocabulary word. So they refused to buy British goods. Why are they refusing to buy British goods? Well, it says here they spoke out in anger. And then the next thing they do is they boycott. Okay, so what caused the boycott? The tax. Would they have boycotted without the tax? According to this, probably not. The Sons of Liberty pressured merchants not to sell British goods in their stores. So they pressured merchants. So basically, that's when you kind of put a lot of emphasis on somebody doing something until they finally do it. Okay? So they pressured them not to sell British goods in the store because they wanted to boycott, because they were angry about the tax that Charles Townshend made because somebody called him chicken. Okay? So the other thing you can think of too when you're looking at cause and effect is if you don't have any cause and effect words, just ask yourself, this happened because, and whatever you find for an answer, or why did they do this? And the why is going to be the cause or the reason for that.